Okay.
What's so funny?
You.
Why?
Because I just went ahead and made it live myself.
I saw that.
Okay. So, let's see. Let me get the comments up here for me. Okay, so we would like to welcome you to Fabric Chicks Live on Monday. We go live every Monday and Wednesday at 4 o'clock. We do have a brick and mortar shop if you want to come in and visit us, actually. Why are you laughing? You're shaking the whole computer.
Sorry, continue.
Okay, so why are you laughing?
I just realized you got your eyebrows done.
I did. Okay, everybody, I'm just going to point it out right now so that Devin can stop laughing. I just got my eyebrows done, and when you get your eyebrows done, it takes like a few days for like the dye to come off your skin and just be on your eyebrows. So you're going to have to bear with him. It's a little bit funny looking. I should have put my glasses on, then you wouldn't see it. Okay, I should do that, and then you can't see how my eyebrows are real dark today. So just ignore that, okay? So welcome everybody to Fabric Chicks. Nothing like Devin. He's been with me all day and he just noticed my eyebrows. Anyways, we have a ton of demos today because it's been kind of crazy. Here, Devin, that was an order. Thank you, Carolyn. It's kind of like the Frida look. Anyhow, so we have a ton of stuff to show you. I do, though, have a question. So I'm doing this custom order for a guy, and he needs armrests, right? So I'm having to invent the pattern. I'm having to invent everything. I've got them almost done. I run out of the glue that I'm using, and I switch over to Aleene's glue to glue this like non-skid thing into the inside of the armrest. And the Aleene's glue says dries completely clear. I'm just going to tell you, it's not completely clear. It's a big, it's been like 2 days. I've tried to get it off with Dove soap, not Dove, but Dawn. So if you guys have any clues on how to get rid of the glue that is supposed to be completely clear, dries completely clear, it says, that is false. And it's on a finished armchair, the armrest cover. So if you guys have any ideas, that's my dilemma today, because otherwise I'm gonna have to rip it out and put a new one in. Kind of sad. So that is why I don't do custom orders, but because times are tough, Devin's been taking in all kinds of little orders for me. So I thought it would be kind of a quick and easy job, but so sad, so tragic. Okay, so we have, let me get the stuff put away from, if you guys missed the lives and you want to take classes at Quilt Show Reno, today the interviews were about paper piecing with Michelle from Flower Box Quilts and Sue Purdy. And Sue Purdy has a fun, easy quilt that I think would be fun. She does all laser cuts. So I do have this free. I don't know if anybody wants these. I think whoever got the rulers, I don't know if somebody got the rulers and you need these or if these were extras, but I just found these 3. They go in the Quick Points rulers to do the curves. These are the 3 different sizes. You put it in there and then you iron it, and you get really good corner curves. So if you got the rulers and you didn't get these and you want them, let me know. Otherwise, if somebody wants these, let me know. Okay, so I just did an experiment because I didn't know what to demo since I've had somebody renting the long arm all day. So I just did a really quick experiment. Hang on a second. This is for the second stage of today. So here is my experiment box. Very professional. So what I did is we have some new linen that just came in from Art Gallery. It's a linen blend, but I thought it would be cute to do hand embroidery on some of these and then turn them into pin cushions or little pillows. But then I thought, why stop there? You know us. So if you need this, it is S86, $16 a yard, $8 a half yard. I'm I'm not really doing fat quarters, but you could get a quarter of a yard if you wanted, or a third of a yard. You can get whatever you want. Okay. But I don't want to do fat quarters because it's a weird fat quarter. So what I did is I took the tissue dye. So this here is the leftover tissue dye. You guys, if you've been with me for any amount of time, you know that I always have this tissue dye that has special pigment. Do not go to dollar store. I've had people go to dollar store and then they get mad at me because it doesn't bleed when they buy the tissue paper from the dollar store. This is a special tissue, and it has pigment in it so that when you get it wet, it bleeds. So I took that and I cut a little, the houses here. So now I'm going to go do some hand embroidery around the houses and then turn this into a little pin cushion. So I think that's going to be kind of a fun thing to do. So all you do, I'm just going to show you, not in reality, but I'm going to show you what I did, is I got my little square wet. I put it in the box so it wouldn't wreck anything. And then I took my tissue paper that has the pigment. So this used to look like this. And I just tore it up into little pieces, put it all over. So just tore up little pieces like this, put it on my entire surface. Then I sprayed it with my, this is not Best Press, this is water. And then I just sprayed it, got it wet like this, and then let it dry. So that's how you do tissue dyeing, in case you needed a refresher. Inktense would be cool on that. Oh, yes, sis, for sure. Sis, I'm still trying to track down your basket. Apparently, nobody has any idea what I'm talking about, and nobody knows who mailed out the packages. So, what? For the Shop Hop. Oh. Not you. Oh. Okay, so once this dries, it will leave your project like this. So when it dries, I'm going to do a little bit of hand embroidery, show it to you on Wednesday. But just in case, let me get this out of the way and dry off my hands. Nobody had any good ideas of how to get that glue off of my armrest that I made? Oh, embroider over the glue. Tina, that would be really good if it was my own project. But it's a man, and I'm not sure what kind of embroidery he would like. I could probably do like I don't know, some hard rock stuff. He'd probably like that. No, it's for his couches. He needed armrest covers and he needed pillows. So that's what you get when you don't say no to special projects. Okay, so with the tissue dye, lots of you who've been with me forever already have seen these, but these are projects that I use the tissue dye on also. So these were just black and white panels, and then I laid the tissue, got the background wet, laid the tissue dye on them, sprayed it, got the tissue dye wet, let it dry. And I think the poppy, I only have in the whole panel, I have 2 of those panels left. This was a kit that we turned in. We took 2 of the panels and turned it into a tote bag, a kind of a large tote bag. You can take a pillow with you somewhere, or you could take your quilts to your quilting projects. Great big project bag. And so I do have, and then with the 4th pillow, we made, with the 4th panel, we made this pillow. So lots of fun ideas that you can do. This was the black and white panel. This is what it originally looked like. If you're new to watching, you can just type in S as you committing to buying it. And then if you haven't already registered with us to give us your info, you can do that. You can just text the number scrolling, and then we'll get to you after the show. I only have 2 of these panels left. S72 is $14, and that is for all 4 of the panels. S72 is $14. S72 is $14. We only have 2 of those panels left. And then I have some, so if you want the big poppy flower, and I did go in and do some thread painting with variegated rainbow thread, which we do have that thread available if you want it. But I went in and did some thread painting in the flower petals and then added Swarovski crystals. So that's kind of what we did on that project. If you want the 4 panels, it's S72. I do have these individual ones, S73. So S73 is the BU. If you didn't want to do the tissue dyeing, you could always leave it black and white, or you could take in the Inktense pencils, as Sis said, or you could do some embroidery in there also. That would be really cool. So S73 is for the BU panel. And then this one that we did the pillow with, nope, this one is the back side of the bag. So we have the back side of the bag, but you could turn it into a pillow if you didn't want to turn it into a bag. And we have several of those. I wonder if we have any of the pillows left. I thought they were all the same one. So I'll have to look for Wednesday. So S74 is $3.95 for the bigger flower. S74 is $3.95. And then if you want the pillow panel, I'll go look and see if we have it. I'm not making any promises, but just type in S and pillow panel and I'll go see if we have this flower arrangement left. If you want, this is a good price. I have a few of these left. These are black and white and gray from this collection. It's a layer cake. Moda Illustrations by Ali Design. S77. The whole layer cake is S77 for $30. So layer cakes now are like $46. So you're saving about $16. S77 is $30. S77 is $30. And then I'm going to move this out of the way. If you want the tissue dye, we do have packages of tissue dye. S76 is $9.95. You get all the colors here. And then I've included some cheesecloth. I like to do the cheesecloth and then put this behind in art quilts. So it's just a fun texture that you can add to your projects. S76 is $9.95 for the tissue dye. And I think there is one kit left. If you want to make the great big bag, there's one kit left. S78 is $35. That includes, look at that cute picture back when Devin had cute dreadlocks. So this is the back side, the front side, everything you need to make the BU tote bag, 17 by 27 inches. S78 is $35. That includes the tissue, the lining, the handles, the whatever kind of batting we use, and the two panels. It is a fusible batting of some sort, and then the directions on how to make the tote bag are in there. So we have one of these kits left. One of those kits left, S78, is $35. Thank you for sharing and liking. Okay, sis, I'll get you some tissue paper. Uh-oh, what happened to my computer? Cancel. All my comments just poof. Hopefully. Oh, that's very weird. It just shut my whole computer screen down. Okay. Let me enter the studio again. So if you haven't gotten a Trash to Treasures bag, they're $10. You can make anything you want for Quilt Show Reno. It's a viewer's choice, and then you get it's $200 to first place, $100 to second place, and $50 to third place. So that's kind of a fun thing we do at Quilt Show Reno. If you haven't gotten your hotels yet for Quilt Show Reno, make sure you go online and get them. And then I'm just going to show you, I haven't really started yet because this is what we're cutting up to do little pin cushions with the what we tissue dyed in the sample. So that's what it looked like before we cut it up. But what I'm doing is we have a class in April on collaging, applique and collage. And I know this is a topic that we kind of have a lot. But what is the difference between collaging and applique? So it is very similar. Collaging just, I guess, is layer upon layer. Every time we have this conversation, we get different definitions. Basically, both applique and collage, you're fusing on top fabric on top of fabric. So that's basically, you could do hand applique, but if you're doing applique by machine and you're putting layer upon layer, it's collaging also. But for this purpose, what I've done is I have taken some fabric and this is my Steam 2 light. I pulled it comes with 2 layers. So this is a paper layer here. Then it has your fusible on the here. And then this is just like a throwaway sheet. But if you're frugal like me, you might save this and use it as a pressing sheet. And then I'm just going to take the fabric and iron it, which I've already ironed up to here. So I don't think you guys need the demo. You're going to pull this back. You're going to lay this down. You're going to iron it, and then it will be fused to here. And I meant to grab my really good scissors. I love Karen K. Buckley scissors for this process because it has little teeth so that your fabric's not going to fray. Hang on a second. I'm going to see. Okay, so these are my 2 Karen K. Buckley scissors. Here, since Devin's on the move, we're going to show you real quick so you can do anything you want in the class. It's a 4-hour class. You're not going to get the whole thing done, but you'll get started. And then we'll do, if we need to, we'll do a repeat class. So this elephant is Lulu. It's a Laura Heine collage. That you can do that in the class, or if you have a pattern that's applique and you want to do that, you can do that also. Here, we're just going to do a real quick tour, Devin, because we've got some collages up here. And I know I told them that we would show them these. But, you know, in my classes, you really can kind of work on anything you want. We're pretty flexible. Up here, I've got the owl collage. So here's a Laura Heine owl collage. And I know people get kind of nervous about it, but it's a lot of fun. It's pretty freeing. You start with the basic pattern and then you kind of can do what you want. Here I have 2 different boxes done by 2 different people. So this one is really pretty, bright and bold and artsy. And then I have this one, which is more kind of realistic colors. And I mean, it's equally as artsy, but kind of toned down a little bit. So those are collages that you can do. We did show a while ago. If you need a pattern, let me know. You can do any of those patterns in the class. Okay, so back to where we were. So I'm doing a dragonfly. And come on back in here. So in the class, we go over how to create your own pattern or how to build your own pattern. Here's what I'm going to be working on. This is a new pattern that we've just got, that I just printed. I haven't made the sample yet, but I did give everybody at our May retreat, I gave everybody a copy of this and told them to do something dragonfly-ish for the Reno show. It's kind of a challenge. So I'm waiting to see what they do. But maybe, I don't know when, but maybe Wednesday, I want to do the wings with little pieces of confetti and threads and wires. In Virginia's doll class, she talked about some wings for dolls, but she had actually used the threads, the washaways, and then she put a wire around the outside edge so that she could make it dimensional. So I'm going to experiment with that for the wings. And then down here where you've got all the flowers and different things, that's where I'm going to cut all of these flowers. So if you're in the class or if you're doing a collage on your own, you have to cut out a bazillion flowers. So see how the Karen K. Buckley scissors are so nice. They just cut like butter. And if you want, sometimes like for this, I might switch to the blue ones. I do like the purple ones a lot for like when I'm doing clothes and stuff. But for this fine detail, the blue ones are definitely a better size. So then I'm going to just come here. I'm going to do some of these because I kind of like to cheat. I don't want to cut out a billion little pieces, but you want to, if you're doing a collage, you do want to do some detail. So I'm going to cut this real quick like this, just because I don't want all of this in my way. But this is really good to do before the class. So the more detailed you do in cutting it out, like I might even do some of them. I might go down and cut out the blue. So I just have those pink petals. But I love little sprigs. So find fabrics that have the sprigs. They just add a lot to your project. Of course, you can say you can't find, look at this pattern here. Say you can't find like this petal shape here and you want that, then you can always take your fabric, trace the pattern onto your fusible, put it onto your fabric, and then create your own pattern that is that exact shape. But a lot of times in collaging, you just use whatever flowers that you find in your pot, whatever flowers you find in your stash already on your fabric. Okay, so you can see, I'm not going to cut this whole thing out while you're watching just because we have other stuff to do, but you can see how if the more detailed you are in cutting that out, the funner it's going to be, the more fun it's going to be on your project. So I'm going to cut into these, get rid of that, and that will be one of these flowers here. Or I might, usually I'll have these little sprigs coming out. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Carolyn, you would have gotten the dragonfly pattern at the May retreat. You were for sure there. Everybody got one. Remember Jody and Doris? They felted theirs. They said they wouldn't get it done throughout the year, so they felted a dragonfly right then during the retreat. So if you want, you can sign up for the collage applique class in April. Did you lock the door?
I didn't go out the door last.
Oh, it's the mailman. It's Remy and the mailman talking. Okay, so that is that. What is your canvad? What's a canvad? Huh?
You're not going to grab the dog?
No. Hang on a second. I don't want the dog in there. Wait. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. I know. Thank you. He says that he opens the door with Remy all the time. Remy's used to it. But it made me nervous because Remy got out the other day and played chicken across the highway. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I've answered all your questions. If I haven't, put them back in. It's been kind of a crazy day. Let's see. What is your canvas? Suzette, my canvas for the dragonfly. I think that's what you're asking. I know that, Remy. So the canvas for the background for the dragonfly, I haven't picked yet. So I never pick the backgrounds for my collages. And I tell the people in the class, don't pick your canvas don't pick your background until you get your collage built. You're going to build your collage typically on a piece of muslin or fabric paper, that fabric material, pattern material, or patternese. You're going to build it on that so that you can trace the outline of your design. So I don't know yet. I haven't gotten that far because I keep I keep changing my mind whether I was going to do the dragonfly on the back of the jacket, the vest that I was making, but I want it to be able to be in the display, and the jacket I'm probably going to wear at the show. So I think I'm going to put something else. I've got something in my mind. I think I'm going to do something else on the jacket. So now I need to put the dragonfly on a wall hanging. So I'm not sure what the canvas is going to be. I do have a lot of canvases upstairs that are already painted. What I do a lot of times when I do demos on how to paint the canvas, and Suzette, if you want to come over and paint a canvas with me, we could video it for a demo. But so I just throw paint, flicker it onto the back of a canvas. I get the canvas wet and then flicker the paint on it, and it just kind of bleeds, and it just makes a soft background. That's a lot of times what I use for the backs of my collages. What day in April? Oh, Lynn, I knew you'd ask me something. Carolyn, we all have a mess to sort through. I spent so much time this weekend. I've decided that I just can't work in the chaos of this shop. So I spent so much time trying to organize. I'm doing like one little section at a time. April 12th. So the class is April 12th, 10 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and it's $35. And then if you guys decide that are in the class, if you guys decide you want to do a second day, then we can work out a second day. But you should be able to get pretty far along so that you really can do it on your own. If you do need the double-sided Steam-A-Seam, and I'm going to tell you just because I know some of you are doing it from home, and Devin's going to love shipping this. But you want double, the light Steam-A-Seam 2. It's $13.99 a yard. It is S80. S80 is $13.99 a yard. The reason that you want this and not Wonder Under is because at one point in a class that I was teaching, a lady had her whole seahorse laid out and ready to like iron down, and her cell phone rang, and she reached across her project and picked up her cell phone, and as she did, her jacket moved everything that her whole project. It just shifted her whole project, and it was like tragic. It was like everybody in the class was crying for her. So I suggest you use the Steam-A-Seam 2 Light because it has a secondary stick. So when you put stuff down and you just rub your hands a little bit, it will have a temporary hold for it. So the double-sided Steam-A-Seam is my favorites. If you need some of these big florals because you want it to be bright and perky, S79. And I always say, and I try to keep my eye out for like blacks and grays in the big flowers in case you want to do like the Halloween cats, or a lot of times if I was going to do Frida, I might do some of these brights, but I might want to mix it in with some blacks and grays. And the black and gray flowers are kind of harder to find. So that's that. Let's see, what else do I have on here for today? Okay, so I have Connie that needed a demo on the angels again. So real quick, these are the Jean Pocket Angels. These are the Jean Pocket Angels. So it's just the pockets that were picked off of the jeans. Thank God Doris did it for all of us at the mini retreat. And so what you do is you're going to take, and I had it, oh, here. You're going to take your needle. You're going to do here, I'm going to do the knot just because you guys like to see this fancy, I think it's called a tailor's knot. You lay your thread underneath your needle. So on your finger, you lay your needle, or your thread, then lay your needle on top of it, wrap it around a couple of times, then squeeze the thread and needle between your other fingers, pull it, and you're always going to get a perfect knot. So that is your tip of the day. With your pocket, so this is from the memory bear that Remy ate. So now we got to make another one. It's tragic around here at Fabric Chicks. So you're going to just accordion it like this. I hope Conai's watching so that she can make one for her therapist. So you're going to take it like this. So it's accordioned out. And then this here becomes your wings. So I don't really remember how I made it. I need to write directions. But I'm going to stitch right through here because I need to secure that part. So I'm going to stitch here, and I'm looking at my other sample. So it looks like I went around several times. So I'm going to just wrap my thread around there to make sure that it's not going to come apart. That must be why we did a nice little bow. And then I'm going to just tie it off with a knot. And then I didn't get any string. I need some nope, that's a broken rubber band. Okay, so here is some rat's tail. You guys have all gotten rat's tail on sales here. If you haven't and you want some, just let us know. I use rat tail a lot. This I put I've got a smaller head because I think that the smaller head might look better on the flannel. So I'm going to put the rat's tail down the bead and see if I can't get it down there. Let's see. I'm going to use a needle or pin to kind of get it down there. Okay, there we go. It's starting to get down there. So you want to send whatever you're going to tie through the head. Okay. Then I'm just going to tie a little knot here. Yes, Sandy, of course. I can record it and send it to you. So I'm going to tie a knot here. And then you've got the head here. So I'm just going to kind of make this a flat surface here. So that creates the wings. So if you're making the memory bears, which we almost have the pattern finished, if you're making the memory bears out of flannel shirts for all the grandkids or whatnot, this is just a great little, because you have to, in order to do the bear out of the flannel, you have to kind of move the pockets and make the pockets as the, you're going to make the pockets, you have to remove both pockets. One of them you're going to put on the back so they can put some keepsakes in it. And then the second pocket, you're not going to use on the bear. So you can turn it into a little memory ornament. So it's kind of a twofer here. So I've got my knot. I'm going to come up here. I'm just going to come up here kind of in the fold so that my knot gets hidden in there, sort of. And then I'm going to come up through the head. And I've never done it with the smaller head. We did it with the larger head. So I'm not sure. You guys are like the first ones to see if it works. And I probably should have used a longer needle because I'll probably break this trying to force it. So you're going to just put this head here, kind of tuck the knot underneath and pull it tight. So you can kind of get it real tight, then put the head, put the needle back down. I know it's always harder when you guys are watching. Okay, put the needle back down to secure it. And then I went through one too many layers there. So now I got to rethread my needle, and you know what that's like. Trying to rethread your needle.
Needle threader right there.
Oh, I should use the needle threader. I haven't learned how to use it yet, though. Wait, Devin, can you show us how to use the needle threader?
Yeah, I forgot.
I
don't remember.
We bought new lighted needle threaders, but we haven't done them yet. We haven't practiced with it yet. So we don't want to do it live for this exact reason. Okay, so I'm going to put this back. You want the knot on the back of the head because you're going to add hair. So let's see here. And literally, it took me about 5 minutes to make the cute little angels, but did take the ladies about 10 minutes. So you just have to do a little bit of manipulating here. And then I'm going to send it back up to secure it, and so I can pull it tight. And like I said, you're going to want a, I would use my teeth right now if I wasn't on live TV. Okay, so you get the picture. So you're going to pull it tight. I'm going to send it back through one more time just because I like this torture here. Maybe if I can get it through. The more times you send it through, the more you can kind of anchor it tight. And I think this is going to be enough. Although now I'm so hot. Okay, so here we've got, and if it really is kind of ugly, you can always give her like a little necklace or something. But here it is. So I can just kind of take a little tuck here, take my thread to the back. So this is kind of what it looks like here. I'm going to tie it off in the back because I'm going to give her hair. And with the hair, I'm just going to glue it. So that is going to be, that's going to be our little angel here. So the sides are her wings. We're going to give her a little ribbon here where we tied it. And then we're going to give her some hair. What?
It's just bringing back memories.
For what?
Of me pulling into work this morning.
You should look at the motorhome. That is Judy Spivey's motorhome. So if anybody's in the market for a motorhome, hers is a great one. You could live in it. So this is what this is going to look like. We're just going to put a ribbon on it, and then we're going to give her some hair. And I'm going to glue. I'm just going to tie the ribbon on, and I'm going to glue the hair. So this is what she looks like when she's made up. So cute little angel ornaments. And the same you can do if you're going to make some memory bears for some loved ones. You can also make them some ornaments to put on the tree with grandpa's or whoever's pockets from their flannel shirts. So just a good little project, super quick as you can tell, and easy. Okay, here is, I don't know if anybody wants this, but just the first person who types it, I found this upstairs as I was cleaning, so you can collage with this. Even though you're missing some of the pieces, you can tuck like a flower, tuck this under a flower so it's kind of like peeking out of the flower if you're doing collaging. If you want the Frida fabric, just say you want the Frida fabric. Yes, you could totally gather a narrow lace for the collar. You could really embellish those angels a lot. Okay, if you want that, let me know. Here's another thing for those of you in the Desert Crone. I haven't seen the actual sample, so I don't know what size you need, but I think these are probably good sizes. I know that a lot of you don't get out into the wilderness, so Remy and I found these on our walk this morning. So if you need a Desert Crone cane, you can just type that in, and I'll put that in your box. Free of charge, okay? Free of charge. You can have the Desert Crone canes. This is another pot holder that I found, but it's got batting in it for sure, but not that much batting, so you might burn yourself.
It's called a pot holder?
Well, it's a pot, oven mitt. It's an oven mitt. But look at somebody here didn't catch the corner. So you might need to give it some love. I was just going to throw it in the trash, and then I thought one of you guys might want this. So if you want it, it's free. Just put you want the oven mitt or whatever you call it. Okay, we have some fabrics here. I want to show you what's coming up on Wednesday. We got the new Tim Holtz neutral line in. So this is the fabric that will be on sale for the neutral line. So every month in his colored palette, we get a new collection. So just start thinking what you might want, and then it'll be on Wednesday's sale. So that's kind of fun. This is fabric. We don't have that much, but if you want it, it's at $7 a yard, $3.50 a half yard, $2 a fat quarter, S036. So if you want any of that fabric, just put that in there. And there's several yards here. It is a Free Spirit Fiesta by Terry Mango. I don't know. So we have some of this fabric. If you want, $7 a yard. And then, hey, Victoria, how are you? And then this one is a fun one. It's like a flannel, but it's got they're raised glitter stars. So you can really fill them, but it's on a flannel. It'd make a great background for like a nativity scene or something to that effect. I think it'd be beautiful. It is a flannel. S035 is $7 a yard, $3.50 a half yard, and $2 a fat quarter. Just a fun, we're trying to keep quilting affordable for you girls. And I haven't gone and looked. I really didn't scroll Facebook this weekend, which I'm sorry. So I haven't gone and looked to see how many of you posted your projects. But I will do that before Wednesday. Okay, then we have, let's see. Here's those weird things. Nobody's posted what they've done with it. Okay, if anybody wants for collaging, if you're doing like the seahorse or whatnot, I have some shells that you can cut out. If you want that, it's free. Just type that you want it. And then I have, if you are a Notion to Rise Ruby Star follower and it's a sticker. If you want the Ruby Star sticker, just let me know. We'll get that in your box. Let's see. I have one of these. You put it on your ruler. It's a suction cup on your ruler, so your ruler doesn't slide, gives you more grip. Here, I'm going to find a winner. Hey, Ann, how are you? I have Kathleen Rader. Oh, she might not be on because she's watching 4 grandkids for 10 days. All right, Kathleen Rader. Okay, let me write. I'm going to start losing track of people. Let me write your guys' names. All my blank ones are gone. Okay, let me just write your names on here so I know who's getting these free stuff. Okay, Stephanie. I know it's crazy, but sometimes you just don't get out. I think that this one is a perfect size for the doll. But this one was so crookedy that I thought it was the perfect walking stick for your guys' desert crones. So I will get one for you, Stephanie. And Kathleen Rader, I didn't hear from her. Shells is Carolyn. Did anybody want the oven mitt? Poor oven mitt's going to go in the trash. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, Jenny wants the oven mitt and the Frida. Nobody wants the Ruby Star sticker. Or did anybody want these spatulas at the beginning? Okay, if anybody needs these spatulas, they're from Quick Point. They're for the scallop rulers. I know I just sold some scallop rulers, but I think it might have been the Quick Points. So maybe I've got the rulers upstairs still. I don't know. I'll look upstairs and see if I can find the ruler. Okay, this is for Jenny. And then let's see. If you guys were late, you might have missed my amazing demos. Go back and watch them. And we did tissue dyeing. Oh, Peggy said it, Devin. You weren't paying attention. Peggy, he's been on his phone.
For the last 2 minutes. Okay. That was earlier.
Okay, did anybody want the Ruby Star sticker? Mail me the crone pattern. Okay, I will, and it should be in your basket already. Okay, let's see. What else do we have here?
I know why I didn't notice.
Why?
Because I already
You what?
Nothing. Nothing.
Okay.
None. You'll read it later. You'll get why I didn't get it.
Okay. Gosh, everything with Devin is kind of in code. Probably we were talking about my eyebrows or something, and that's why he didn't pay attention. Okay, Kathleen Ryder is not here. Okay, I'm going to pick another winner for the suction cup for your ruler. I got Kathleen Ryder again. Sue Cobe. She might be out. Well, I don't know if she bought a car yet or not. Okay, I have one of these patterns. S75 is $5. It's great for, let me see, strips. It's great for 2.5-inch strips or for scraps. So S75 is $5. We only have one of those patterns. I found so much stuff upstairs. It was crazy. Okay, here's 2 more giveaways. This is summer. It was a 2018 freebie week 10. It's a cute little block. It makes this little basket. You can turn it into a pin cushion or something. Okay, I've got Sue Cobe again. It's kind of like the same people share and share and share. Okay, Sue, let me see. I'm going to put these over here. If anybody wants the Ruby Star sticker, stickers are super popular right now. If anybody wants a Ruby Star sticker, let us know and we'll get that to you. And then we have a Moda keychain. Let me see. I'm digging deeper this time, okay? I have Laura Villardo. Is Laura on? Laura Villardo. Poor Sue. She's going to watch this later. Her and Kathleen are going to be so sad. Okay, let's see. Let me throw those away. And let me pick 2 more. I have Suzette. Sue Cope already won but didn't win. Oh, Kathleen Rader. Okay, Brenda Yagi and Suzette. Are you guys here? Suzette, you just won the little wool. I think you can turn it into a cute little pin cushion or something. And Brenda, what did Laura? Oh, Laura won the keychain. Okay, Laura, you're welcome. I don't know. I can't keep track of this. Okay, Brenda, you just won the suction cup for the whatever. For your ruler. Okay, let's see. Here's a good auction. This is a good auction. Okay, let me kind of clear this space off. Nobody wants the sticker for Ruby Star. It's like crazy. Okay, here's an auction. I don't know if everything is in there or not, but you do have a vintage butterfly, scrappy butterfly pattern here. It makes 84 by 93. Of course, make fewer blocks, make it smaller. Here are some 30s reproductions. Looks like fat quarter sizes. That one might be half a yard. That one's bigger than a fat quarter. But here's some cute vintage reproductions. And then it also has a pattern for chopsticks. So that's another great one you can use with your scraps. So, this one's by my friend Dory. Dory will be teaching at the Reno Quilt Show. So this is an auction, and we're just going to start it S05. S05, we're going to start it at $10. S05, we're going to start at $10. That is for all of the reproduction fabrics and the pattern. So that's all one auction. I don't even know Ruby Star. She's very modern and a young, it's kind of, they're younger kids. They're young kids. Okay, let me move this out of the way. But they are super, super popular. Okay, that's one more. Let me know if you need a cane. If you need a cane for your desert crone. I got a couple of those from Remy in my walk this morning. And then here is silk threads. S05 is at $15. That's like the steal of the day. Here's some specialty threads. Here is Whisper, and it was $2 at one point, but it's cross stitch Anito felt beards and animals. So it's kind of a furry thread. This is natural watercolors. Um, Separate the strands, 1-ply covers, 1.5 square inches, blah, 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 blah. There's that. This looks like it's a big thing of silk. I would venture to say silk thread. It doesn't say, but it looks like it's silk thread. We used to use that for hand quilting back in the day. Here's some more of the watercolors and another of the watercolors and another of the watercolors. So you've got 3 of the variegated in Christmas. And then you've got some metallic threads here, metallic ribbon. So that is going to be fun. It's not fusible. Sometimes they're fusible, but this is not fusible. Then you have a thing of, it's a very fine thread. If I could read what it is, it's DMC, but I'm not sure what. It's a lot finer than their normal threads. And then here, this is velour yarn fine mesh, 10 yards, color 22. So we've got a specialty thread collection. You can always throw that into your, you can always throw this into your wash away and then stitch over it to create fun things. Here, we're just going to do $10. S02 is $10 for a variety of specialty threads. I'm home from chiropractor just in time for the last 10 minutes. Well, welcome, Judy. Okay, S05, I need red yarn for doll hair. Okay. You might have gotten some, I think you got some of this in the packets last week, but do you want some more of that red one? Do you want to mix those two? Or do you want to mix this also in it so that you have kind of fun, funky hair? Let me know what you want. This one's more orange. This one's more red. This one's kind of a variety, but you could mix the 3 so that she's got highlights and lowlights. Just let me know what you need, Ann. Okay. S02 is at $10. S05 for the retro 1930s fabrics is at $15. Plus you're getting 2 patterns, a cute vintage butterflies. But even if you don't use the retro 1930s reproductions, you could use any of your scraps for that. That looks like a fun one. If you didn't want to do that and you wanted something a little bit more traditional piece, you could use this one. This is a great one for your scraps also. So all the 2 patterns plus the retro fabrics. Look at the cute little ducks. It's at $15 right now. S05. Okay, I'll work on that, Ann. S05 is at $20. Suzette, if you still want it, you got to outbid Emily. Emily's at $20. The thread is at $10, going once, going twice. Suzette for $10. And then S05. And then we got 5 minutes still. Okay, let me see what else I can put on the table for an auction. I do have some creative memories stuff. If anybody's interested in creative memories, we can bring that back out. I just didn't think you guys kind of got your creative memories fixed. So I thought we'd put that on hold for a bit. Let's see. Here. Oh my God, that is too much for one auction. We'll have to break that into 2 auctions. Okay, here is some mishmash fabrics. We've got about a yard of a pink, about a third of a yard, but look at the cute little pink bunnies. Are you guys seeing the bunnies in there? Super cute. You got some farmhouse, about a quarter yard of farmhouse, cock-a-doodle-doo. You got some scraps of something. You've got like a quarter yard of this blue with the swirls, a quarter yard of purple, some purple scraps. This looks like this for sure is a hand-dyed. A half yard of a beautiful purple hand-dyed fabric. some scraps here of purple, a half yard of a purple batik, fat quarter of a great sky. So a mishmash of stuff just to build your stash. Let's just start that at $15. S85 is $15. We don't have too much time. Okay, the reproductions is at $21, Emily. The reproductions is at $21. I can see this is going to go up $1 at a time. Okay, you got a half yard of the hand dyed. You've got a yard of this model Pinky Peach. You've got the cute little bunnies here. I would say probably a fat, well, it's definitely more than a fat quarter. It's almost a half yard with a little bit cut out of it. Almost a half yard with the cute little bunnies in it. You've got a half yard of hand-dyed fabric. I don't know if you guys know how much hand-dyed fabric is going for right now, but back in the day when I was buying, I was in a yard of the month, like 15 years ago. All of us were in a yard of the month hand-dyed fabrics, and 15 years ago, we were paying like $22 a yard for it. So you got a half a yard of purpley batik, fat quarter of a great sky, and then some scraps and stuff. So S85 is $15. S80, it's at $20, Devin says. It's at $20. Okay, get your final bits in because I can see Devin's telling me it is time. Oh, we got 3 minutes still. I don't know why you're rushing me. Okay, we're going to
say anything.
Close these up. S05. S05 is at $21. S85 is at $20. Get your final bids in. Oh, this is a mystery bag. I always love to see what's in the mystery bags. Oh. Well, there's no pattern here, but Bringing Home the Tree block 6 background, Bringing Home the Tree block 3 background, Bringing Home the Tree block 1 background, Bringing Home the Tree block 2 background. These are like wovens. I don't know if you guys have seen the wovens, but they're very textural, and it's like kind of you can use both sides. They're more of a woven fabrics, homespun, I think is what they call them. Here is a big chunk, block 4, red for half square triangles, but it's probably a yard of that one. So you could do all kinds of fun things with this. And then this is the prints for the half square triangles. And this is a jelly roll of different Christmas fabrics. So we don't have a pattern. You'd have to make something up. But I'm sure you guys have learned. Here, we're just going to start this at $10, which is kind of crazy. The homespuns are worth more than that. Then you have the Christmas jelly rolls to add into it. So this was applique, but you could just do random trees, different Christmas trees on there, or find a Christmas pattern. That's a fun collection. Okay, S05, we're going to close this up. S05 is going to Suzette for $21. Suzette for 21. For 21. And then S85. Ooh, no takers on the homespun. You know what? We usually never have takers on the homespun. Oh, we got Jenny Duarte for $88. Usually for $10. Sorry, for $10. Usually the homespuns, I think you guys are afraid of them, but they are super. I use them a lot. The wovens, they're just great. It's like fat quarters. This one, it's great. Like if you're making a pillow, this is a great background for a pillow. And sometimes, like a lot of our homespuns, you can use either side, whichever side you like better. So, and they're kind of like a sort of a linen-y texture. So you could use them for clothes too. Okay, S85. Devin said I have to close it up. I guess he's like shoving at me. S85. Is that what you were doing?
Just close out.
He's like, stop talking, Mom. I have Judy for 20.
Like
Judy
that.
Spivey for 20. Okay, S88 is at $20. S88 is at $20 for the homespuns. Judy, you got a deal here with this hand-dyed purple. It is so beautiful. It would be perfect if you're doing something with grapes. It'd be perfect for that. And if you're going to do something with grapes, use some texture magic in there and batting to make them look like grapes. Okay, S88 is at $25 for the homespuns. S88 is at $25 for the homespuns. And I have no idea what's in here. Okay, Devin, I've got some rosettes here. We've got some, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 5. Let's find 5 winners. Look at how cute these are. I know he's not taking it off. He's only worried about what's getting money, but we got 5 winners there. I'm just going to scroll. I'm going to scroll so that people that are here win. Okay, I've got Judy Spivey. I have Donna Baker. I know you guys are still here. Okay, if you girls want the rosettes before I give them to somebody else, let me know. Okay, I'm going to spin again. Okay, I've got Ann Lindenmeyer. And let me get more scratch paper. It's hard to come by around here. Okay, Stephanie. I've got 1, 2, 3. If you guys have a preference for the rose or the square, let me know. Otherwise, I'm just gonna, you're gonna get what you get, okay? And then I've got Emily M. Okay, so that is that for those giveaways. And then let me see. Oh, let me finish this. S88 for the homespun fabrics. S88 is $25 to Emily. Okay. I'll go back and look at what you guys posted for your weekend sewing. And I'm glad to see a lot of you have stopped scrolling so much. And I know it's kind of a crazy thing because I think, scrolling, whatever. But stop scrolling, go sewing. And I know that when I actually am scrolling, like in the back of my head, I'm like, just get off here. This is such a waste of time. Go sew. So it really is kind of helping me stay more focused. Okay, so that's what I've got to, that's my little spiel for today. So go scrolling. I love you too, Judy. We'll see you Wednesday. Okay, go scrolling, and we will see you guys on Wednesday at 4 o'clock. What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Just watch it back later, please.
Okay, bye. See you guys later. Bye.